Well, it's definitely earned me more money. Just like Decatur, they were paying 70 cents more for summer corn there in August. We were hauling corn 100 mile for 40 cents, and we're making 30 cents, and I wouldn't even known that price was probably on there. I wouldn't have thought of calling Decatur, but when you go to the Grower's Edge page, then it takes all that running around out of it for you.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's May 14th, 2014. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Cody Bills to help break down a mixed day for the grains on a Wednesday in Chicago. Jumping into the quotes here, you can see corn was off 7 1/4 for the July contract. Soybeans showing relative strength in the grain complex today, up 3 cents. Chicago wheat was down 19. Cody, let's jump into the bean market here today. A little bit surprising to see that old crop show some strength here in a day where we saw substantial selling for corn and wheat.
Absolutely. Well, we saw it yesterday where it really outperformed the overall market.
Yep.
And then today, again, relative strength. And I think a lot of that has to do, yesterday we talked about the national sale in China of soybeans. They sold on average a price around $680 a ton. About 92% of the soybeans offered there were sold. It was better than market anticipated. I think that helped out the market. But really, I think today and yesterday, a lot could have been influenced by the expectation for April's NOPA crush numbers.
Yep.
Now, the expectations right now on average is for 132.26 million bushels of corn or of soybeans crushed during April, and that would, if we actually realize that trade estimate, that would be the largest April crush in 5 years. I think that's one of the reasons why we saw soybeans trading a little bit stronger than the rest of the market.
Yeah, so we had a lot of demand side factors today helping out beans, both in China and expectations for domestic crush, as you said. That report will be out tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central Time. Let's take a look, though, at some demand side figures we got today for the corn market. We did get EIA ethanol production numbers, and as you can see here on this chart, the red bars are weekly production. The black line is what we saw last year, and you can see that this week's total in terms of production was a sizable increase over last week, up 28,000 barrels per day, and a pretty darn strong weekly production figure, especially considering an ethanol crush margin that has backed off quite substantially here over the last several weeks. We'll have to keep an eye on that moving forward. So in light of some positive demand side numbers, though, Cody, we still saw the corn market look relatively weak today, both on the old and the new crop. If we take a look here at the December contract for the corn market, you can see here, this is a daily chart. The black line that's now dashed is that trend line that was broken. Cody, is this a point where you'd look to be selling some new crop corn?
Well, I don't think right now I would be. When you look at this, I mean, it's pretty clear that the trend line was broken.
Yep.
And it was also clear today when we closed near the lows that there is weakness here in this corn complex. But right around this 488 price level, you got to look back over the last couple months, and you'll notice that that was an area, it was really a price resistance point. It was almost a shelf back in March. We couldn't get above that kind of 488 price level. And again, we tested it. It was resistance. It turned into support there in the middle of April, and now we're down around that price level. I wouldn't necessarily want to be an aggressive seller here, simply because I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little bit of bounce here.
Yep.
I know that wheat sold off pretty significantly today. That probably dragged down corn here.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a rebound considering how important this price level is.
All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that price level. Cody mentioned tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very busy day for the grain market. As always, we'll be getting the export sales out tomorrow. Key points to keep an eye on in that export sales report: traders expecting between 50 and 100,000 ton net cancellations of old crop soybeans, and looking for relatively light old crop corn sales, only between 200 and 400,000 tons. Quite a bit lower than what we've come to expect here out of the last several weeks for the corn market. Additionally, tomorrow we're going to be getting Informa revisions to 2014 acreage. We'll be tweeting about that report as it comes out on Twitter. You can find us over there at GrainTV. And as Cody mentioned here earlier, we'll be getting the NOPA crush numbers as well. So a lot of fundamentals coming into this grain market tomorrow. We'll help keep you posted on them here on GrainTV. And just a reminder, if you're going to be doing planting here today and into next week, you can visit us over at grainhedge.com. You can take a no-obligation trial of our mobile trading platform that allows you to see live quotes out of Chicago in the cab of the planter on an iPhone or iPad or Android smartphone. So visit us at grainhedge.com if you want to take a look at that. or as always, call the office, 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for joining us here on GrainTV. We'll see you here tomorrow.